Hey Virgo, this is Griselle at Psychic and Being. Get squared away here. And I wanted to do your October reading. So without further ado or fanfare, here we go. What's going on with Virgos? My incredibly astute Virgos for the month of October. Two of Wands, you've got a choice to make. It looks like you're studying something or in deep thought. Maybe burning the midnight oil. Trying to gain some clarity, trying to gain knowledge under your belt, maybe to progress you and launch you forward into a better trajectory for your life. Looking at possibly moving one direction or another presents itself. So I think that you're going to have basically two options coming up, or you currently have two options coming up. One of them is more old and familiar. The other one is newer. All right, Virgo? Okay, we've got the Three of Pentacles. So this is a card of great cooperation, a ton of great energy. If you are looking for collaboration, for cooperation, for teamwork, team building, having a tribe that assists you, things like that, this is a great card indicating that those things are available to you or will be shortly. I think also it's going to help bring about an abundance for you. So that's something really lovely. What else do we have? Virgo for the month of October. By the way, happy Halloween if you happen to celebrate that. If not, then happy October. No harm, no foul. What else do we have going on for Virgos? I have got the Sun. This is about you taking off and feeling liberated, feeling free to be yourself, feeling free from burdens, from responsibilities. Okay, maybe you've been feeling hampered down, weighed down by the weight of responsibility, and I feel like you're working your way out of that. Perhaps you have a job that is really oppressive, that is not beneficial to you as far as mind, body, heart, and soul. Or it could be a situation, any situation, whether it's family, friends, or a job, or economic situation that is weighing you down. I think you are looking and finding your way out of it. Whatever you're studying is really working towards the future to, I almost said prevent freedom. I feel like you're feeling stuck, okay? I feel like this is all about you're moving forward, you're moving free with something that's very like carefree, idealistic. You want like that, those constraints just to fall away. So I feel like you're feeling like something's dragging you down. What is this? So I'm being told right now it is, well, just give you your own intuition. You know that there's a situation that is bringing you down that you need to get out of. Positive and negative polarities are indicated. Maybe perhaps you are carrying a lot of secrets that you're not sharing with other people, but I also feel like this could be an indication of someone in your life or in your energy circle. Perhaps that represents freedom to you, that represents a wilding, I heard, a wildness. They do things their own way, and in some ways you want to emulate that, okay? I think there's a lot of power to be had. You definitely have a lot of messages, but I feel like there's also, I guess maybe like a little bit of an attitude or a snarky, dark humor about things. And why I feel that way is because you're feeling oppressed, and that kind of brings out not the best energy in you. Honestly, dear Virgo, that doesn't bring out the best energy in me either, so I totally get you, okay? Yeah, the card that I just happened to glance down on, I'm going to take it for you as well. This is Ten of Wands. This king is burdened. This person is somebody who is incredibly oppressed, repressed, suppressed, exhausted with carrying everything, the weight on their shoulders. At least that's how they perceive it. They could feel that way. Could feel like you're carrying everybody else's responsibilities, like they're not carrying their own weight, you're carrying their weight. Short examples would be like people not doing their own laundry, you're doing their laundry for them, or you're paying all the bills and you're not feeling assisted or supported in some way or fashion. Virgo, that's not good. Virgo, we need to get you out of that energy, right? So for the month of October, what is it that Virgo needs to really feel liberated, to feel free, to feel happy, content? What's going on, please? Let's find out. 10 of Pentacles. So this has a lot to do with your security, your finances, obviously, your abundance, but it also has to do with family, family of choice. I feel like you want something simple. It doesn't have to be like a lot of fanfare, but you want that closeness with family, that close-knit feeling, that feeling of like these people belong to me, they champion me, they support me, and I champion them, and I lay down a foundation for them as well, for some of you. Others of you, I'm feeling like you feel like, you know what, I keep and maintain the house, I do everything around the home, and other people are not pitching in, and I just want to feel like we're one family of teamwork, like throwing our lot in together and working as a team instead of ignoring things. That's one way to look at it. What else do we need to know for Virgo? Our lovely Virgos for the month of October. Knight of Cups. So perhaps someone is coming towards you with a little bit of a love offering. It could be a flirtation. It could be, it's more of a flirtation though. It's like the energy of a Knight of Cups. So that to me tells me that there's like romance involved. It's like, wow, Virgo, like you look really, really good, and I would love to just like see you or be next to you or whatever. Maybe your current partner is like offering you this cup of love or emotion. Maybe they're kind of gooey and gushy all over you. I do see some clouds up here, of course. It's like the sun is breaking through the clouds, but I kind of feel like there's a little bit of darkness to it. For some of you guys, some of you might feel like you're being oppressed because you're in the state of mind where you're at now, that you're way down, bogged down, that your partner, this is telling me your partner is wanting too much from you, and it feels more like a burden. Kind of like, you're like, don't bother me with that. I just need this. I don't want that kind of attention. And for others of you, this is like your desire to give attention or love or express yourself emotionally. But if you notice, like the freedom, the horse to me represents always freedom. And the horse is submerged. It's like treading water. And I feel like this Knight doesn't really care. They're kind of emotional about things. So you could be emotional about a situation, about wanting to offer love to someone else. Okay. And here we go. So this is maybe thinking back toward your childhood, feeling nostalgic about when you were young or small. Or this could be about a love. Thinking about when you had a love from the past. This is about someone that you had nostalgic feelings about or have. They could have been younger than you. There's a big age gap, a lot younger than you or a lot older than you, but there's a lot of feeling of like a sweetness there, a sweetness, a feeling of belonging, a feeling of home, a feeling of being taken care of, a feeling of somehow feeling a little bit more free than you do now. Okay, so what else is going on with our Virgos for the month of October? Okay, Six of Pentacles. So we have here a situation where somebody's offering a lot of attention to different things. It could be like, you know what, I bequeath you with some attention here, there, and everywhere. So it could have been that somebody was out looking for attention elsewhere, that they look mighty fine and they know it, and they're okay with kind of breadcrumbing you or those around you. Even if you're in a situation where you're in a family relationship and you want to give a little bit of attention here, there, and everywhere, you know, that happens. This could also be if you put it in kind of a work situation or something like that, that perhaps you or someone else at work was giving attention and a little bit of like, okay, you get like a mini raise, or you get this, or you get this gift card. And they weren't really like appreciating any one person. They're just kind of like willy-nilly giving a little bits to everyone. So whether that's romantic, whether that's scholastic, or whatever the case may be, that's up to you to decide. I don't know your life. Dear Virgo, what else do we have for the month of October? Virgo, for the month of October, please, what the heck is going on with you? Virgo. So we do have an establishment crumbling. Something that you built long and hard for and toiled for is coming down. It's coming undone at the seams. I look at the thunderclouds. I feel like you sense this. This isn't like a sudden change, like you don't expect it. This is like a change that needs to happen. And it happens for you because you haven't built on solid ground. It's not to say that you didn't do hard work. It's not to say that you weren't earnest or put blood, sweat, and tears in the situation. It's that perhaps you built on faulty ground. Meaning if it's a relationship, that you built something on a relationship that wasn't solid. If it was perhaps like your school, for example, maybe you went after a degree that really wasn't, after all, something that you had your heart into. You did it more because other people wanted you to do it, or you thought it would make you money and successful, and you thought at the time that's what you should have pursued, and your heart's not in it, and now it just kind of blows up in your face. It's those kind of instances, okay? So I hope that's making a little bit of sense. What else do we have? Okay, what about the Tower? I'm gonna have to know. Clarify the Tower, please. Page of Swords. So this is a little bit of spying, and then a drastic change. Somebody could be spying on you. You could be spying on someone, and it brings down that establishment or what has been established. Some kind of law and order. Okay. Clarification. This is a lot of messages to and from, a lot of love messages, a lot of like desire for communication. Maybe you are spying on someone that you want to communicate with. There is a lot of clouds. There's clouds indicate that I can't see clear. But I don't know if you can see. I'm going to try to get the expression of this wizard here. Okay, let me see. This wizard. Come on. I think that's the best I can do. Okay, this wizard has a face that has like a smirk on it. Kind of like a smarmy face, kind of like, oh, you know, I can dissect and I know, or whatever. I can get the information that I need just like that. And it's a little bit like, I don't know. I kind of think, who cares, personally? Like, whatever, you know? It's not that big of a deal. But whatever the case may be, this is indicative of someone thinking that they're like, oh, I trump you, kind of a feeling or vibration. And that they want to send some messages back and forth, or they want to have a barrage of communication with you, or you with them. However that is seen, and someone feels tied up over the situation. Their bonds are really mostly in their own minds, or it could be your bonds in your own mind. And offering that cup of love, wanting to be kind of like, okay, I see you, you see me, we get each other. And we're very similar vibrationally. We think alike, we talk alike, we have similar ideas and notions. But then we have here, this could be another person, by the way. This could be someone who isn't in it to stay, right? They're in it for today. They're in it not to stay. And so this person, their body is with you, their heart is somewhere else, their feet are somewhere else, and it's like when pigs fly. So they're in love with love. You want to be careful with that. They're not going to stay around if you pursue this person, or vice versa. If this is a situation where you're waiting on a job offer, something like that, it's going to be just really like, oh yeah, you can have this job, but it's not going to be anything with any real depth, any staying power, anything that really gets you excited. Then you have another possibility, okay? And so this is a Two of Cups. This is a really deep connection. And then you have, okay, so I'm feeling like this is not at all supposed to be the love portion of the reading, but I feel like for most of you it is. I feel like you have, okay, like I can go and I can do this with this person, but they're always thinking about somebody else. And so you can be physically present, but always thinking about a different person in your relationships. The person that you are like really close to vibrationally and connected with. And then having a lot of options. Which one do I choose? And then just kind of being investigative, inquisitive about it. And that's fine if that's what you want for your life. Who am I to judge, right? I feel like there are two viable options for you. If this is a romantic thing, it's going to be like two really good choices for you. And the rest are really not even really good options for you. So why bother thinking about them? You can manifest whatever it is that you want, okay? If this is indeed about a job instead of romantic, you have two viable options and you're considering way too many options. Look at them realistically and see what resonates with you vibrationally, what you feel like, wow, I could really do that, or what is pure fantasy. Like I could do that for now, but do I see myself seeing it, doing it long term, things like that? Why not choose the one that you're really, that's for your highest good. That really is kind of like a mirror of yourself, okay? So the job that you're gonna want should be the one that is as similar to you as possible, not like a quick romance and flattery, which I feel like that's what that is. So, yeah. Then we have got the Lovers here. That is a number 6, and then the Knight of Cups. So I feel like you have, oh, dude, this is all about making a love choice. So I've got the Lovers. I've got, let me hit you up for some romance. Let's go out to dinner. Let's schmooze. Let's Netflix and chill. Things like that, okay? That could be on the top of your mind. You have that choice, or you can just continue giving to many other people. I feel like you have a lot of different options and you're just trying to kind of choose right now. This is always like a choice, usually between 2 people, but it appears to be like it's a choice between giving to many others, many people, or just like focusing on one person. But I don't feel like there's a lot of lasting power there. I don't know. So this has a lot to do with family of choice. Maybe you're looking for a romantic partner that is like of choice, obviously, but somebody who is more like you. Somebody that understands you, resonates with you, can communicate on your level, that kind of a thing, but you're torn between like looking at a whole bunch of different people. I'm not sure. Okay, and then you have a wish, but there's a need for healing here. So there is wishing upon a star. This is a star. You have your eyes set on something that you want, whether it's a job or otherwise. Be careful that it is not an obsession, okay? This desire is not an obsession. Obsessions control us, and that doesn't really help anyone or anything, right? Okay, Virgo, do forgive. I had to step away for just a moment, but we're talking about your desires, what it is that you are focused on, really anchoring in upon whatever your wish and your burning desire is. It could be something or someone that you haven't really spoken about. Now, you want to make sure, again, just to recap, that you don't get yourself into a mode of obsession about whatever this thing or this person is, because that winds up having an adverse effect on what we want to do and what we want for our lives. So, moving on. No obsessive behavior. Lecturing myself. Okay. So the next thing we want to go ahead and do is we're going to do love messages. And even though I feel like that was a lot of information as far as love goes too, this is specifically tailored and catered to those that are in a relationship, situationship, complicationship, whatever the case may be. So what's going on for Virgo for the month of October? Romantically, in their marriages, situationships. Let's find out. Unrequited love. I could never say this word properly. I hope I said it right. But anyways, it's basically there's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. So if you're partnered right now, maybe you're having a problem with really feeling connected to your partner. Maybe you are just not feeling ooey gooey. And something about that has to change, some chemistry. And you know what, for me, a lot of the chemistry does have to come with mental, emotional, spiritual chemistry. It's not just your physical, I don't know, that your physical looks or whatever. So there's not enough attraction here or chemistry. That could be really tough. I never recommend people break up. That is not my business. Oh, okay, I just had a jump card. And so this one says, calling in your soulmate. It landed upside down. It says your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. So maybe you guys are thinking about your soulmate or someone that you feel really connected to, or desiring someone who is more vibrationally like you, more in line with you, someone that you could be attracted to. It's reversed, so I don't think there's been a lot of action taken there. For some of you, I mean, some of you are going to need to go ahead and look at other, I don't know. I mean, I hate to say it, but, you know, if there's not enough chemistry in this relationship and there's not a commitment there, because the relationship is not all about just chemistry, but then that sounds like that's not going to really work out, Virgo. Religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual past. So this very possibly could be that you're in a traditional relationship, situationship, and perhaps you have children, or you've been told that once you get married, you're done. You can't get out of it, and you feel kind of stuck. And that's why you're not trying to call in your soulmate. For others of you, it just says that basically there's not enough of a bond with your person currently, and you have a need to connect, to call in your soulmate or manifest. You don't know how to do it, and religious factors are actually separating you and your current partner. However the storyline fits, it fits. If it doesn't, then don't worry about it. It's not your part of the story. What else do we need to know? Love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. So I'm a really big believer in that. If you don't love yourself, no one else is going to help be a balm for your soul that way. Nobody can really make you feel any better about you. You can seek all the outside attention in the world, but it will never make a difference until you yourself have that self-esteem. So moving on. Let's go ahead and do for singles. My singles people, single Virgos, what's going on for the month of October? Let's find out. Pardon my reach. Okay. First of all, I have this jumper card right here. It's almost like I'm hearing Lady Diana or the Huntress. But really it says here, you deserve love, you are lovable. And while this is 10,000% true, dear Virgo, it landed upside down. So what about this is telling me that you're feeling like you don't deserve love, like you feel like you don't deserve anything that's really good or a great relationship or a great commitment. And why is that? There's a lot of emotion underlining this. This could be upbringing, tapes that we play in our heads that are just not true. And so it's going to be worth your time and effort to go ahead and take a dive within yourself and just really explore why you feel like you don't deserve love. And the way that this manifests is basically us picking people that are not vibrationally in alignment with us, picking people that don't love us back, people that are emotionally unavailable is what I meant to say. So I feel like you really definitely need to look within yourself. If I do this, reverse the way it landed, it's aiming at the past. And so I feel like your target is to go ahead and look at the past and see why it is that you feel emotionally the way that you do currently in order to progress forward. Trust. This situation involves trust. And it says this situation is calling you to have faith. And also give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. But I feel like more than anything, work on your partnership with yourself at this point in time. Let's see what else we have going on here. Clarification cards, please. Let's just clarify. This went way over time than what I intended to, dear Virgo. I don't know, cards everywhere. They're just jumping out. All right. Clarification that jumped right out for you. You are no longer feeling emotionally barren, sad, looking at the past. If you're not having this energy, then very soon it's going to go away. You're not going to be feeling that way anymore. Why? Because you're walking away. You're walking away from things that are barren, that no longer have any juice of life, any excitement, any greenery, any growth, things that feel burdensome. You're not doing it anymore. So I feel like putting yourself first. 10 of Wands right here. Yes, for sure. And defend your own outlook on who you want to be, and consider that you already are the person that you want to be, and love that person first prior to moving on. So the biggest thing for you, dear Virgo, singles in the month of October, is really having your own self-esteem, elevating your game about your self-respect, and that in turn will magnetically attract other people vibrationally in tune with you. Okay, you're attracting all sorts of people now. It doesn't make a difference if they're not the right match, if they're not going to mesh with you well. So that's what I have, and much love to you. Consider liking, sharing, subscribing to my channel. If any of this resonated, drop a comment in the box below. Thank you so much, Virgo. Namaste.